Here's our last goal for the day. We have the goal of mixed number times a mixed number. So let's get started. We have 4 different problems we're going to look at. First one I want you to write down is 6 and 2/3 times 5 and 1/4. All right, you have to get mad twice. So you're going to take 3 times 6, which is 18, plus 2, which is 20 over 3, times 5 times 4 is 20, plus 1 is 21 over 4. You might notice I chose these numbers for a reason. If you didn't notice that, let's see. If you didn't notice, you would have gotten, I believe, 420 over 12. I think that's right. 2 times 24. Yeah, which is huge. Like, that is a messy number. But I did this so that you could simplify. For example, you can divide 21 by 3 and 3 by 3. So this will help tremendously. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 21 divided by 3 is 7. Now, I also chose 4 and 20 for a reason, because you can divide both of these by 4, which is really, really helpful. 20 divided by 4 is 5, and 4 divided by 4 is 1. So if you multiply straight across, 5 times 7 is 35. 1 times 1 is 1. You can see that 35 would be your answer. Now, if you got 420 over 12, awesome. That's the goal for today. If you got one of these, even better. This takes a few weeks, so don't stress out if you don't understand how to do that right now. That's not a big deal. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I like this one too. Okay. Write this down. 8 1/2 times 1 5/17. All right. 8 times 2 is 16, plus 1 is 17. So maybe you see right away why I like this problem. I have a 17 in the denominator, so you'll see how that comes back into play here shortly. 17 times 1 is 17, plus 5, I believe, is 22 over 17. What's really nice about this is that 17 goes into 17 for both the numerator and the denominator, so that's going to be easy to simplify. 17 divided by 17 is 1. 17 divided by 17 is 1. I get 22 over 2, which I could simplify that before I multiply, but we can also do it at the end. 22 divided by 2 is 11. 11. So if you see that you have two numbers, one in the numerator and one in the denominator, always simplify those. That'll be much easier in the long run. All right, we've got 2 left. I have 5 1/3 times 4 and 2/4. Why don't you go ahead and try that and then check with me. All right, let's do this. 5 times 3 is 15, plus 1 is 16/3. Times 4 times 4 is 16, plus 2 is 18, so it's 18 over 4. And you probably see again that I choose these numbers for a reason. Okay, 3 will go into 3 and 18. This is not the only way you can simplify, it's just one of the ways. 3 divided by 3 is 1, 18 divided by 3 is 6. All right, I also know that 4 will go into 16 and 4. 16 divided by 4 is 4. 4 divided by 4 is 1. I can multiply straight across. 16 divided by 4 gave me 4 left over. 18 divided by 3 gave me 6 left over. And that 4 times 6 is 24. And my 1 times my 1 is 1, so 24. I would challenge you to start to simplify it ahead of time. It'll make your life easier. All right, last problem, last example of the day. We have 6 3/4 times 4 2/3. Go ahead and pause it and then start it when you're ready. All right, let's check it. 6 times 4 is 24, plus 3 is 27. So I have 27/4 times 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14/3. I can divide these by 3. 27 and 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 27 divided by 3 is 9. That helps a lot to make it much smaller. I think I would cut these both in half because 4 and 14 are even numbers, just to make the numbers a little bit easier to work with. 4 divided by 2 is 2, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So in the numerator, I'm taking 9 times 7, which is 63. And then I believe I have 2 times 1, which is 2. I think my answer is 31 and 1/2, I believe. Yes, 31 and 1/2. But if you got 63 over 2, you're golden. All right, on the next video, I'll explain what you have for homework. Please work hard on completing your homework, and we will see you tomorrow.